Well, my friends, the work has just begun. What am I doing? Come follow me today. It's March. That means tilling the garden. It's time to plant my garden, but first I have to rototill it. I rototill my garden the old-fashioned way. I like rototilling. I like seeing the dirt. I love seeing the black dirt that comes up. We have 4 inches of leaves here from all winter long. These leaves now have to be rototilled in. So we're going to rototill because they're calling for rain. Whole life revolves around the weather. So however the weather is, that is what I'm doing. So now it's time to get started. We have a lot of work to do. People don't realize I have a lot of garden work. I do a lot of work outside. In the summertime, my life revolves around outside. And today is just going to show you the beginning of March and what I have to do. And from now on, it's a lot of work, but I'm ready because I love being outside. I love being able to be more active. I look different in the summertime. Winter has been really rough on me this year, so I'm getting ready to get right back into shape. You know, at age 50, it is harder, but you know what? With some muscle power, you can get yourself right back into shape, and I'll show you how I can do that. One thing I like about being a bigger girl is I have a lot of strength. That is one thing I missed when I lost so much weight. I had no strength, and I have strength now. And so that really helps me out when I have to do hard work. So let's turn the rototiller on and let's see how she runs. Looking good, and I'll see you about an hour later. Bye, everybody. All right, I did one pass of the garden. I have to get more gas. And then I'm going to start taking all the dead branches off my herbs because that looks unsightly. That's a lot of work. There's my garden. I have a huge garden. The camera does not do it any justice. But I'm going to get more gas. We're going to go a couple more times. I have to till up these leaves a lot better. I think I'm going to plant my potatoes in these leaves, try something different. But I have to clean up my herbs now. So I'm going to do some more work and see you in another hour. So I'm going to have to do a voiceover. I'm sitting here editing this video, but the wind was just too loud and it was very annoying. So what I'm sharing with you today is I'm working on the herbs, and what I'm doing is I'm deheading them. In other words, I'm taking all the deheads off of all these herbs. What you're looking at right now is mugwort, and what I'm telling you is how the mugwort spreads in the garden. And so I have to pull a lot of it up, but I'm taking all the dead branches and all the dead sticks from all of the herbs that I have here, and I want to clean up this area. So I'm cleaning up the whole area of all these herbs. I do that every spring when they start to come alive. It's amazing how beautiful it looks here in about another couple of weeks. So that's what I'm discussing here with all of you, but you couldn't hear it. The wind was just so loud. And that's how it is when you film videos. Sometimes you just don't know until after you edit. So if you have an herb bed in the spring, you want to go out and you want to pull up all of the dead branches and you want to dehead all of the flower heads. They have already reseeded if they were going to. And that way it makes your garden look so nice, and it also really helps your herbs when they start growing new shoots. So I don't have my onions set, but I think I might have some potatoes that are sprouting that I'll start planting them probably here in the next week or so. So back at it I go. I'll show you what everything looks like when it's done. Right, please excuse the way I look. I've been working outside all day today. As you see, I rototilled my garden and I worked on the herbs. I deheaded everything out there. Time to work on my rain barrels. It's really high time to get them out. And I'm going to show you how I set them up. Rain barrels, and that gives me 100 gallons of water at my convenience, and that pretty much can sustain me with my laundry and all kinds of things. We get a lot of rain here in eastern Pennsylvania, so we really don't have a dry spell like some places do in other states. So let me show you. Whew, it's quite a day. It's 70 degrees out, and so I'm trying to get everything I possibly can do because it's supposed to rain the next couple days. To attempt something different this year, my daughter had all of these extra cement blocks, so I'm going to try to have my rain barrel a little bit higher. We'll see how this works. That gives me more water pressure because the gravity flow is that much stronger. What a rain barrel looks like. It has one of these. This will help filter all your water, but I go even a step further than that. All right. It's dirty from storage, but it's going to be all right. It'll clean up after first rain. All right, that's what I add to it. Now, I use a watering can, and that filters the water, and the fresh, clean water comes out. I'll show you. Some screen for a screen window. And I also put the screen here as well. Then I take a watering can. So the water goes in to the watering can. All of the debris sinks at the bottom of the watering can. The fresh, clean water comes out the top, which then goes into the rain barrel. By the time I have the 3 filtration system, the water is pure crystal clear that comes out for me. And that is my rain barrel system. It works really well. I have plenty of water, so water's not an issue. And you wouldn't believe, in one rainstorm, it pretty much can fill this up really quick. So there you go. So this is how I have my water system going right now. So I have water that's coming out of the well, and it's going in this way. As soon as I get my rainwater, I'll be working on that. I'll be using the rainwater and a hose to be washing my laundry. But this is working out really good. I try not to use this water too much because this is our good water, but it's working out pretty good. So there you go. I have the water drain into my wheelbarrow because I don't want it just draining onto the ground. Then I take the wheelbarrow and I use it to water my plants. The soap that I use is not harmful for your plants. I make sure of that ahead of time. It's my homemade soap, and I do not use borax because borax is known to not be very good for your plants, and I reuse every drop of water that I use here on the homestead. I reuse all of it. What you're looking at is the chicken house, and this is some spouting I took and broke. I use this to collect the water into this rain barrel, which I use for my chickens. I clean everything off first, real good from the winter. And everything's cleaned off real good. And we set up the chicken and we set up the water just like we did at the house. I use some window netting, some window screen I put inside this that helps screen the debris as well. Looks good. I use the same window screen to screen for this one. I need to replace this screen. This screen's pretty tore up. That's okay, it should work fine for now. I always keep this with me because out here this spouting needs cleaned a lot. So we're gonna put it right here because it's the summertime, getting ready for summer. What I'm gonna do, what I always do in the summertime is, I will also put some cloth here. That I will show you when the time comes. We're not ready for that because we want to clean everything off really good first with the first rain. Pretty much everything I do, I have it down to a science, what works for me. And I hope that you're learning something by all of this. Well, my friends, there you go. This is how I recession-proof my life. By being a little more self-sufficient and doing the things that I can to help me that I don't have to worry about the system so much. If you like videos like these, I have lots of them in my playlist. And here I'm going to share with them with you. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.